Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I am working on a new piece for the next installment of the Reverie Sketchbook series. I have no idea why I could not spit that out. So on my website, Kaisho Studios, I have a membership area where you can sign up for free and you get a 10% discount on all of your purchases from the website, but you also get access to free downloadable PDFs. And some of those are full comic books, and some of those are sketchbooks. So today I thought I would begin working on one or two pieces for the 2025 sketchbook. And this piece that since I draw in red pencil, it doesn't really show up on camera. Well, you'll see in a second. Let's get to it. So if you look on my website, you'll see, I think I have 6 sketchbooks on there right now, I believe. 5 or 6. There's 2. Yeah, I don't even know anymore. But I keep adding on Kaisho Studios. I keep adding free books to the mix, just to give everybody this is a way of saying thank you for the support. They're free to download, no DRM, anything like that. PDFs. I do need to make them zip files to make them a little easier on my server, but for now, they're just straight PDFs. I don't like it. So before, I was talking in the previous video, I was talking about tangents. It'll flatten out your drawing, and I don't know if this is, I can't tell if that's showing up or not, but let's get, I might just keep that solid, but there's no confusion. It should. I was going to there. I guess I can do that. When I'm sketching, definitely kind of lose focus at times and mess up. so give her a little. Little shadow to the lip there. And I'm trying to just make these lines dark enough so you can see, but normally I wouldn't do this, so it's kind of throwing me off a little bit, but you know, it's all right. Ooh, that's that looks huge. Okay, so what I do need to do is remember to draw a border, and when drawing a straight line, you need 3 points to make sure it's actually straight. So add a little half-inch border real quick. And yes, I know she's not in the center of the paper. I do know that. That's okay. Quickly. Okay. Okay, how do we feel about this now? I really don't like this hair, but you know, whatever. Maybe I should. Do I want it going over the shoulder? Or do I want to keep it all behind the shoulder? I mean, if I keep it behind the shoulder, that's less of it I have to draw. It's always a good thing. I get rid of that. So if I keep the hair, maybe I'll just do that. The finger's destroying me though. Okay, you know what? I haven't used... So, these Copic Multiliners that I've been using, they're disposable. And I like the way the tips are really mushy, or technical term, and flexible. But I have these multiliners are actually refillable. I don't know why I've never used them. I don't remember what the reasoning was in my head. So let's give them a shot here and see how they react. Stupid. Well, let's just see what happens here. Now, a quick tip when you are drawing, and watch me screw this up, but when you're making like long swooping, let's say, so if you need to ink like a swooping part of the hair, you don't want to draw with your wrist. You want to draw from your elbow. It will give you more control. It'll take practice, but you want to keep your wrist as straight and tight as possible, and then move your elbow, and it will give you those smoother lines that are more consistent and less wobbly. Again, wobbly, technical term. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and commit to her hair behind her shoulder there. I'm going to go ahead and commit to her hair being behind her shoulder. Why not? Trying to do this and keep it in frame is way more difficult than actually doing the drawing. There was definitely a time I was scared to try to do those long lines like that without using a French curve. But after practice, years of practice, don't mind it anymore. Now I'm just waiting for the ink to dry before I start trying to get up in here, and because sometimes these Copics on the paper, the ink dries, but not quickly as I expect it to. And again, I'm going to go back over this and thicken the lines up. Right now, I'm just giving myself essentially a guide. Because trying to make this easier for you guys to see. Hopefully that's coming through there. Actually, while I'm thinking about it here. And yes, my straight edge has little nicks and dings in it from being used over the years, and one of those things I used to worry about, but now I embrace it because it gives it that personality of being hand-drawn and not that digital perfection you get when you're in Illustrator or Photoshop or whatever program. So let's see. Oh, forgot. Whoops, wrong one. Oh well. Got to let that dry up a little bit. I don't know if I wanted to. The indecision. And yes, I do like to spin my paper a lot. I'm constantly spinning my paper to get a better angle for whatever it is I am trying to draw at that moment. That's just my thing. Again, this is for a sketchbook, so I don't need to go crazy with this. A lot of super detail, but I'll probably just go back and fill it in with black anyway. Okay. Don't know what I was doing there. What? So let's see. There, there. Arm there. Okay, so let's okay, so we're 40 minutes in. So we are 40 minutes into this so far, so not too bad. And when I'm doing lines like this, I tend to hold my pen upright to make sure I'm getting that nice flat connection to the paper. When I'm doing my outlines, I don't want that taper. Just a personal preference. That's just how I like my artwork to be. Wasn't always like that, of course, but you know, personal growth and all that. And of course, an important part of the step is, you can see I'm using a lot of force to keep the paper in place. Which there have been many times, many times. That's why I don't like, a cover sheet is important to keep the oil from your hand getting onto the paper, but I've had bad luck with using it and the cover sheet slipping. And I am not a fan of that. And again, when I'm drawing, I'm using coming from my elbow as much as possible. See, the paper just moved. And if you're wondering why I haven't drawn the fingers yet, honestly, it's because of YouTube. I don't even know if this would be able to go up as it is, but I'm going to leave the fingers for dead last, so there's no... We'll just see what happens. This might not even make it onto YouTube. We'll see how they... feel about it. See how to... I typically wouldn't do this from this direction, but you know, commitment and all that. Alright, well, it's about to get loud in here. I apologize for that, but I'll probably have to mute the audio for this next little bit. few minutes. So that's I was hoping to keep this under an hour like the others, but I wasn't sure. If I could. So I might not be completely finished. After an hour. But you know what? Not too shabby. Now let's see, what do we want to do? I promise this will hopefully make sense in a bit. See, because I'm doing her hair, I'm drawing more from the wrist. Because it's hair. Should be a little messier. Now, shoot, that's too thick. Try it with this. Yeah. Guess. See how this goes. Look at this one. I don't think this is going to work the way I want, but. Yeah, it's not giving me the... Not quite. What I wanted. Dang it. And the X just means I'm going to fill it in with black. Just a reminder. Let's see how this looks. Definitely doesn't have the gradation that I wanted, but normally I would do this bit with a 102, a nib, but just trying to get something done here. I'll worry about that later. Just gonna do something else, but it doesn't really make sense for this to be gray, but I'm trying to keep it from flattening out. I'll make it black. It'll just look too flat. might be a mistake. The angle's a little funny, but Okay, so that puts us like right at an hour, I believe. It says I'm at 1 hour and 7 minutes of recording, but I don't know how much of that I've spent drawing and how much of that I recently spent not being able to talk. It's the whole audio from the last, what, 15 minutes I won't be able to use, so it'll just be nice and quiet, I suppose. But it looks like I think I'm gonna call this one done. Oh, whoops. Oh, maybe not. How about a little bit of that there. Maybe a little bit of that in there. Picking that up a little bit. Okay. I could do more, but we're at an hour. And the angle of the camera makes it look a little funny. So I will switch to the vlog camera. And that is another sketch finished. It was not supposed to be a 1 hour art challenge. That's not what this one was for. This is just to get some new sketches done. But, you know, it was about 1 hour. So, I mean, once I edit out all of the distractions, it should be about 1 hour, so I'm pretty happy with that, not gonna lie. So the overhead camera, I know it kind of distorts the way the drawing looks because it's at a weird angle, and I still have to figure that out. So here's a better look at what I just finished up. I'm probably going to go in and draw not a super fancy background, but just a little bit of a background, maybe add some gray tones just for just a little bit, nothing crazy, no super Copics or anything like that, but I definitely like how she turned out for it being a 1 hour sketch. Not too bad, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button. If you really enjoyed the video, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.